Real estate moves Miami, it moves the world. It's an honor to be part of this organization and be part of this Congress.
Miami as a brand has never been stronger. And I really want to thank the Realtors Association. As you can see, they are promoting our brand, not just with real estate congresses such as this that promote the city throughout the world, but if you go outside, we're hoping to feature the Miami letters that you see just outside. That's right. We're hoping to showcase them for the Super Bowl, for the next Super Bowl that's coming up this February in the great city of Miami. So that's something that will hopefully be an image that you all are going to see. We're trying to collaborate with the PAM Museum and with others to broadcast it and showcase it in a way that can become iconic.
But I can tell you that Florida is indeed becoming the envy of the nation. And this is a result of policies implemented, common sense policies implemented. Florida being a low tax, no income tax state that has consistently eliminated burdensome regulations and addressed tort reform issues in a manner that is beneficial to consumers and homeowners alike. And I can tell you across the board, our state has cut taxes almost 100 times since 2011.
You have to go on the mirror every morning and say, I am the best realtor of the world. I'm going to sell all the world. I'm going to sell the stadium, whatever you want. And that's the attitude that you have that you need every day. You have to think big.
The greatest way to build wealth in the U.S. is through housing. It's not necessarily through savings.
25 years ago, Mady VC asked the question about international. We put out a little note in our printed newsletter. There was no internet. And we got flooded with inquiries. And when they all came in to meet with us, the first thing we found is it wasn't all 1, 2, or 3 countries. It wasn't even Latin America exclusively. It was everywhere in the world.
But the way in which you can effectuate the best opportunity for your international clients is to find an EB-5 structured program. As a broker, you can still bring those opportunities to those developers. The program is different than it was a few years ago.
Of all the cities in the world, they chose that Miami should be that city to launch Aston Martin residences.
Real estate today has to be an asset, and an asset that produces for the buyers from day one. And otherwise, we feel that we as developers will not be able to provide a product that people will be enticed to own, buy, and possess.
The newest resident of Florida is, in fact, Donald Trump. Big news a month ago was Carl Icahn, a big hedge fund owner in New York City. He's moved his entire operation to Miami. You know, they used to call them the big three, California, Texas, and Florida. Now it's Texas and Florida. 902 people a day. Realtors ask me all the time, what does that mean to me? I'm a realtor in Miami. I'll show you. 45% of 902 come to what we all call South Florida. Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Palm Beach. Yes, 25% comes to Miami-Dade every single day. That's between 200 and 220 people every single day looking for shelter. You want to know why MLS inventory is dropping? I already explained to you why developers can't build right now. They can't. By the time a new condominium could possibly be developed and delivered as fast and as good as Alicia Severi is, by example, there's no way she's going to be able to hand the keys to anybody.
When people tell me when's the best time to buy in Miami, I'm like yesterday, because the city is definitely going to get more expensive unless, God forbid, something horrendous happens. That line, you're going to need an extension on your screen because it is going to keep going up and up. And I think the big difference is that it's going to be much more stable. So that those opportunities and big dips that we had, and I know that there's clients out there that are waiting for that big dip, get over it, it's not coming back. You may have a small scoop, but you're not going to have a big dip. It's not happening.
Miami, was once known as just this little place. Now it's so many sub-markets. It's very different if you're in Doral, if you're in Brickell, if you're in Coral Gables, if you're in downtown or Sunny Isles, and that's really affecting also where we're seeing buyers. To Craig's point, the Americans typically want to see something that's built, finished. It's a different mindset. They heavy leverage on their purchases. And in our finished products, we are seeing that, where we're getting a lot of people from New York.
The average bank robbery in the United States, they take away $6,500. The average real estate closing transaction has about $150,000.
When the internet bursted into our scenes, I read a great book that was called The Earth is Flat. And what the book was about was how connected we are today. You know, no longer are we really connected by distance. We can really connect at the speed of now.
This is a great slide. We are the #1 fastest growing luxury market in the entire United States.
You gotta be different. I mean, if you're doing the same thing everybody else is doing, you will not get noticed. This is my 42nd year in real estate. I got my license when I was 18. And my motto has always been, you need to take as much education as you can, which I have, and you have to be different. If everybody else was going this way, I wanted to go a different direction, because I didn't want to be like everybody else. So be different.
To give you one example of the diversity of our community, in Miami-Dade County Public Schools, those kids were born in 171 different countries. You know, you hear that? 171 different countries. I grew up in Tennessee. I didn't know there were 171 countries. But when they go home in the afternoon, they speak one of 106 other languages or dialects. So I would argue that Miami may be the most diverse place on earth.
It starts with our education system, right? So we've got the University of Miami here. We are graduating an incredible amount of healthcare professionals. We are very well renowned around the world with our hospital systems that we have that have grown from the southern end of Miami all the way up and through Broward County. We have people that come from around the world for the healthcare here, whether it's Bascom for your eyes or the cancer center at any one of the two big major hospitals. So
when you've got big money coming in from the Northeast to buy places like Wynwood and Mimo and some of the other areas that are redeveloping in Miami, that's a tremendous indication that the smart money and real money in this country, especially in the financial sectors, has located themselves and believes in the long-term growth of Miami.
And I believe the fastest way for everybody in this room to get instant credibility from your database and your sphere and people that know you, like you, and trust you, matter of fact, people that don't like you and trust you on social media, is you land that first trophy listing. Okay, so I'm going to give you examples. These are best opening scenes. When you're doing a property video, you got to have an amazing opening scene. You got to grab that buyer.
If you read in Google or other outlets that EB5 is dying, it is not. It is going to shift. You have to understand that it has shifted before, and that's why this is called a changing landscape.
That's 15 global markets that we are starting with. And if there are any of you who represent additional markets, please get in touch with us while we're here. We will be promoting this in our big island stand at the NAR Global Networking Center. And we will feature each of your partner associations in a full wall display, as we have been doing recently, because it's all about us giving exposure, promoting your markets, as well as promoting our own. And then we have a special section which will be featuring the new Global Property Exchange. When that page is live, we will announce it to the world, and it will be globalpropx.com.
We have almost 4,000 listings on our commercial website. And Deborah is going to talk about the listings that we have. Now, these are 84% of all the MLS listings in South Florida are done by Miami members.
Well, one of the key things that we found that was sorely missing in the commercial sector was a public-facing website where consumers, investors, buyers, and sellers could go and see what's available in the commercial sector. All the websites that previously had been out there, you had to pay for, you had to subscribe to. We wanted to make it so that consumers anywhere around the world would have access to what was available in South Florida. So we created a consumer-facing website.
So this is the celebrity side of the letters, where they'll be featured, where the social media will generate activity, and then we take that concept and move it into the economic development side. So there's a nonprofit group in the city of Miami called Avenue 3 Miami. They're doing a lot of placemaking activities, so we're going to take those letters, now that they have a following, and put them here at this to generate more people to come out and generate business for our local businesses to help. And then always have an exit strategy. One of the best things you'll learn in investing. Get in, get out. This is our exit strategy. We're partnered with the Perez Art Museum. We've already met with the director. They're very interested in the concept. What we want to do is host an art contest, so someone will get to redesign those white blank canvas letters.
Last Wednesday was in fact a vindication of Miami-Dade's teachers and principals, our school board and leadership. Why? Because our fourth graders, out of 15,000 school systems, and particularly compared to the largest systems in America, New York, Chicago, LA, Detroit, and beyond, Broward, Palm Beach, Hillsborough, Duval, out of 15,000, Miami-Dade County Public Schools #1 in the country in fourth grade reading, Miami-Dade County Public Schools #1 in the country in fourth grade math, Miami-Dade County Public Schools #2 in the country in reading, considering the demographic profile of our children. That is something that no other system in the history of our country has achieved.